Hi expert photographers and advanced photographer, obviously also beginners, they're going to laugh at us. Why? Because we see many videos about 10 mistakes, 10 errors beginners are making in photography. What's about us, people who have more time photographing? We also make mistakes, so we're going to speak about 10 about them and just have fun. So let's start. It's easy to find 10 errors. I look at myself and see what they are. But actually, there are many people, they have this type of error because for many years we've been making pictures and we're so used to be too self-confident. So this is why we make these mistakes. So let's check these 10 errors. The first one is typical. Many photographers have been making photography for years and they do not dominate at all, or they don't like to do flash photography or artificial light, whether it's continuous light or flash. But that's really surprising, and I think it's so important that if you've been making pictures for years, you should develop all the lighting techniques, whether it's natural light or not. And it gives you more possibilities. Maybe in a situation you prefer natural light and you do it, but in other you have no other choice than artificial light. And I see they're not prepared. They don't know how to balance ambient light with flash photography, so they give up or they do another day or whatever. But I think it's so important, and although this is something you may not like, I think it's important you need to know how to do it. And we should all work on that to control natural light and artificial light too. This is key to photography. Light is key, any type of light. Error number 2. With years, well, that's not my case because I'm not too perfectionist, but many are so perfectionist. They want the perfection. So they make a great picture that is beautiful. Everyone is giving them a thumbs up that is a great picture, and they're there, yeah, but this hair here is not perfect, or this is not perfect. Perfection is good, no doubt, but in excess it kills the whole story. It kills your motivation, and some photographers become so frustrated because they don't get to perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. There is a limit. You say, I want to do good up to here, and from then it can be better, but I've reached this level, and then next picture we'll see. But they spend so much time refining things perfectly, and I think sometimes it's an error because you don't enjoy as much the result, you don't enjoy as much doing the picture itself. So it's important not to have excess of perfection. Error number 3, we often start to have like an over dependence on high-end technology. We feel there's one moment in your life as a photographer when you will feel that your gear is limiting you. Oh, my picture is not good because my gear is not good enough. And you realize that a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, you were able to make this picture. And now you cannot do it because you don't have the latest camera. And we miss a lot of pictures because of that. Because sometimes we go out, we don't have our favorite camera with us, and we feel that I'm not bothered to make the picture because I don't have my key lens or my best camera or whatever. Sometimes there's something great to make a picture of. You could even take your smartphone. It's better to have a smartphone picture than nothing. And they give up with that. They feel that they need absolutely the best gear, so they start renewing their gear all the time. They start buying things, or they stop making pictures when they cannot afford the latest gear. So we've all been through that. So it's so important not to be too dependent on high-end gear. We can make a lot of great pictures we were making 10 years ago without this gear, so why not making it again now? If you can afford great new gear, that's fantastic, but if you can afford it, keep shooting with what you have. That's not a problem. Error number 4. Well, with time, we tend to forget about auto-criticism. We make our pictures and that's it. We deliver the picture, we share the picture and that's it. But we forget to check if they are as good as they should be. We forget to check, that's the other hand, the contrary of perfectionist. But many of us, we don't check things, and bit by bit we just slide like this toward things that are not as good because we don't bother checking what could be better, to improve what we've done, and at least not to regress and get it worse and worse. So it's so important. Analyze what we've done. Try to be our most critic person. And often we forget this. It's not exactly like perfectionist, because perfectionist will not stop until it's not perfect. But auto-analyzing is, yeah, the picture is not perfect, but next time we'll make sure that this is a bit better, and that's it. And we forget to do that very often. The more we make pictures, the less we do that. Error number 5. Here there are 3 groups. People who have lived the era of film photography. They knew about a film lab where you enter the lab and you work hours with dodge and burns and layers and you calc and you would cut and things like this. And these people, they don't have any problem with Photoshop. They understand the meaning of post-production because they lived it in a film photography. But then there is the new one that are convinced about post-production. But there is a big bunch of people who think that photography is no post-production. And they tell you, yeah, in the film era, there was no post-production. That's not true. Ansel Adams, father of the zone system, when you measure the exposure, was spending hours and days in the lab to better his pictures, but not just him. Many. Any famous film photographer was working in the lab or had someone to work on his picture in a lab, and it was the way it was. So I think it's a massive mistake not to spend time in post-production. This is the whole line from the take to the print. Nowadays, often we don't print, we show on the screen, but still, it's like a print. But all the process is also post-production. And I don't speak about the AI that you're going to generate on Apple in the center of the tree and you do it with the computer. I don't speak about this. I speak about bettering highlights, bettering color balance, bettering shadows, bettering several things. And they don't work on that. And they're just missing out a big part of the photography process. I know some people don't want to do it. Well, I respect it. But some other feel that it is a mistake to do it. It is not a mistake. This is part of photography. From the second you take the picture until you deliver it. And before delivering, post-production is a big part of it. So I think it's a big error from many who spend time making pictures to think that post-production is an error. It should not be done. If you wanted to help me, don't forget I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. You get a small star next to your name, the drawing button just below, and I answer to your question with priority. I also have affiliate links in the description, and if you want to buy Luminar Neo or Aperture by Skylum, you get a 10% discount with my code ERIC10, 10% on top of any offer they have. So that's great, you still place a code, you save some money. And with ERIC20 you get a 20% discount on K&F website, all the accessories by K&F Concept and more brands. So use it, you save some money, that helps me, everyone happy, so thank you so much. Let's carry on. Error number 6. Well, we tend to be lazy and do what we know, and we don't bother with new techniques, new technology, and I think it's a big mistake. I see some photographers, they buy a new camera that has some features that are amazing. They save time, they're more precise, they help them make things faster or better. It doesn't mean you need them to make the picture, but that makes an easier life. So why do you change cameras? Have these great features and not use them? Well, for that, don't change cameras. Keep the one you have and keep doing the same thing. And it's not just about technology, it's also styles. Things, there's an evolution in the type of picture. So it doesn't mean you have to change your style, but still explore new technology, explore new type of pictures. Explore is important. I think this is what's wonderful about photography. Over the last 200 years, the type of pictures have changed a lot. And this is these new things, whether it's technology or style or this, that makes that photography keeps alive. So it's important, I think, to explore new things, always. Error number 7. This is really funny because in number 9, I will say exactly the other way around, okay? You'll see why. Some people, they always do the same composition. That works for them and they always do the same thing. Well, if they're happy with that, I think it must be respected. But still, I think it's an error. It's good to change style, not always to do composition in third, for example, or diagonal, mix a bit, explore new things. And otherwise, I think it's boring. Maybe they're not bored, but I would be bored. So I think it's important to go changing, not always making the same composition. Doesn't make sense. You've been making pictures for years, and you make like portraits. You just have to change the person, but the picture is the same. Just the face is different. And or landscape, you always place everything in the same place. I think composition is so often too rigid with time. We become too lazy. We know what works, and we keep doing the same thing always. Error number 8: managing our time. It's funny because beginners, when they do pictures to a model, for example, they spend hours, too much time. They're too tired, and the model is tired. They spend too much time. But when we're experienced, very often we go the other way around. We don't spend enough time. We don't plan properly the time. Because we feel like, well, that's okay. Well, for a portrait, okay, I need 10 minutes. Okay, I arrive and that's it and that's done. No, that doesn't work this way. You still need to set your gear, see the place if you didn't go there before, speak a bit to the person, and then you have to pack after. And what sounds to you like 10 minutes, it's okay. It's not 10 minutes, it's 2 hours. So we often make this mistake with time. We're too self-confident about, wow, we know how to do it. I get there, I do it. And same thing like wedding. Maybe you've done 10 weddings in the same church, so you always make the group picture, the party picture on that wall next to it. But bad luck. This time there is some building or the building site or there's some things, it's changed. You cannot make the picture there anymore. Or you always use the same tree for the couple portraits, and the tree, they've cut it because you didn't plan. You didn't plan to go there to check that everything is still okay. We have very often the error of shortening too much the time that is needed to do the session, and that's important to manage better our time. Beginners, they spend too much time when you need less, and in our case we plan not enough time when we would need more time to do things better. Mistake number 9, and this is exactly the opposite of mistake number 7, but this time I don't speak to advanced amateur or experts that are amateur. I speak about professional. The difference between professional and amateur is not whether one is good and the other is bad. There are some bad professional and some great amateurs and vice versa. I speak about people who get paid for their pictures. And it's important that when you get paid for your photography, that you have a style. And it must be a style that is clear, consistent. Because if I don't have any style, let's say I do portraits, I do sometimes a style, sometimes another style, my competition can do the same thing, or at least there's a competitors that have one of my style. So the only difference between him and I is the price. So the client will go for the cheapest price, most likely. But if I've got a style, that doesn't mean I cannot have several types of things in there, a cocktail of small styles to give my style in total, if I could say. Well, the clients want what I do, needs to contract me. And the price is not the key for the decision, it's the style. So if you live off photography, if you make your money with photography, it's important to have a defined style. So people, they contract you for your style, not for your price. That's important. Maybe you have a great style and a good price, but it means you don't have to drop your price to compete. They normally go with you because of your style. Error number 10. This is my top 1 error. When we make model photography or portrait photography, if we've worked a lot with professional model or real advanced model, it's easy. We tell a bit the instruction of what we want, and the person goes like this, and does fine. We just have to shoot. It's easy. But then one day, there's someone who calls us, could you make portrait of me? Yeah, no problem. But that person has no clue how to pose, has never posed anything. And we start, and the person is like, what do I do? Oh, sorry, yeah, put your hand like this, okay. And now, put your hand like this, okay. And now, we have to direct the person. We need interactivity with the person. But when we've been used to work with professional model or advanced model, we become lazy on that point. We don't have to direct that much. it's fantastic to make pictures. We concentrate on the lighting, the composition, all this, but the pose itself, the model offers us for free or paying, it doesn't matter, but easy, a lot of poses. But when we get to someone with no experience, we must direct, we must interact with the person. And this is probably one of the most common mistakes we make when we've been doing photography with experienced model. So these were my 10 top errors for advanced photographers or expert or even professional. Maybe you have others. Please comment in there so we check. That's good because that gives us ideas. That also motivates beginners. They will feel that, oh, they also make mistakes. And also for them to avoid them in the future. So thank you so much. If you can interact and comment below, what are your top mistakes? Errors we all make. Yeah, don't lie, you make too, okay? So, thank you so much for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The small button down here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, we'll get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also remind you, I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. There is a join button just below, just click there, it's €1.99 a month. That helps me, you get a small star next to your name and I will answer your question with priority. Thank you so much. Also leave your affiliated links in the description, please use them, that really helps me. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperty by Skylum, get a 10% discount with my code ERIC10. 10% on top of any offer they have. You still place your code, it's even cheaper for you. I also have ERIC20 on K&F, and you get a 20% discount with all K&F Concept products and more brands also, so use it. ERIC20, 20% discount. Thank you so much, that really helps me. Also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much, please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye!